Tools that have gotten our users these type of results have become even more powerful. And now with our completely revamped offerings, anyone can leverage Stochastic's cutting-edge products to dominate this football season. In addition to our contest simulation tools, we've added our new single lineup simulator, where you can get instant feedback on the quality of your hand-built lineups in seconds. And all of our other industry-leading data will be waiting for you when you get here as well. So stop guessing and start winning with Stochastic. It's not worthless for me yet.
No.
At all.
No. California, on the other hand, though, you're I'm worth showing up.
Hey, good afternoon, actually. 12 o'clock Eastern time. Welcome to the Stochastic.com MLB Live Before Live. 6-game early slate today. Nice slate.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I mean, we're going to talk about some things that are less appealing, like Aaron Savali being in all of my shit, but, you know, we'll get there.
Probably not great. I will say, though, yesterday in the big contest on DraftKings, the second place lineup, you know who one of his pitchers was?
I can guess.
Who?
Whoever you liked.
Kyle Freeland.
I didn't see it. I didn't play last night's slate.
And Chris Bassett was the lineup. It was Squirrel
Yeah, we
Patrol.
definitely didn't piece that one together.
Freeland actually had, for that price, a pretty nice start.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, 19.3.
At 5,500, cheapest pitcher on the slate.
Besta had 21 and change. That went well. Brian Bayo at 38.
Did he really?
Evidently.
I can't imagine we're getting to an awful lot of pitching today, however, from this Miami-Colorado game.
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit less, although I do have 10% of whatever a Bradley Blaylock is. And then I do not have Valenti Bellozo, which makes sense.
Bradley Blaylock, huh?
He's definitely a name. I mean, I feel like were playing AAA MLB DFS. Nick Nastrini, Bradley Blaylock, Hayden Birdsong, and Jack Kochanskowitz. Yeah, no, I don't know who any of these people are. And we do this show every day.
Say the last one again.
Kochanowitz.
Yeah, this is one of those. I mean, look, these guys have all, made some cameos this season, but
these guys couldn't even charge for a cameo.
Kochanowitz. You would think so, but it's Kochanowitz.
Kokanowitz.
I would have said Kakanowicz. We'll call him JK at this point.
He's a jack off right now.
Yeah, you have him, like you said, Nick Nastrini, Hayden, the old songbird,
Yeah.
whose strikeout stuff has actually been pretty good.
I have 22% of him. However, I also have 19% of the Brewers.
It seems actually to make sense because he hasn't been good, but he hasn't been great, but he's been striking guys out at a at least decent clip. I don't know his K rate, but my guess is it's like probably 27, 28%.
Oh my God. I have right now so much of the Brewers. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
27.6%, by the way. So I was right on the number. That's a pretty big K rate for that price point. 6,300.
I'm going to be listening to the Sweatshop Boys birding all day today. I wish we could play it. It's a song about birds.
The Sweatshop Boys?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a bird. That's a bird. It's a bird song. Yo, that's a bird. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Nick
She said I'm classy like a ringneck pheasant.
Nick said next Thursday we get to talk showdown slate NFL. Yeah, man. And guess what, Nick? Friday as well. We got Thursday NFL, Friday NFL, and Sunday and Monday. 4 days of NFL in a 5-day
football
span.
Saturday.
And college football on Saturday.
We might have something for college football, I think. Rumor has it.
Yeah, we do. Like a pretty solid promo, potentially.
Yeah. Might have went live 8 minutes ago.
Did it go live at 12 Eastern?
I don't know, but I think that's sort of when that message came in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jake put the tweet in the channel at 11:50.
You're not going to get better college football stuff anywhere. Matt Gajewski's a robot with this shit, dude.
Yeah.
The video he does with Ben over on the Odd Shopper channel. But we have college football sims. How about that? I can't play in Pennsylvania. I used to be able to, and they took it away. But yeah, 20% off college football sims. Got that promo running all week long. 20% off the sims, which means everything for college football, right? So if you see sims, that means all of our college football product, entire product for a week or a month is 20% off with that link down there. So if you're in a state where you've got college football, truly no better time to do it than right now. No question.
I've got my college football dynasty going in NCAA 25, learning the product again. It's probably going to take me a year, but next year, man, I'm going to be all things college football. I can't wait. I'm so happy to be back in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't bet player props it's so weird. Like I can't bet college football player props. I can't play college DFS. And for other DFS, I can't do second half DFS. It's just so arbitrary, with all of this
It's
stuff.
all random. It's so dumb.
It's random. Because I can, PA's pretty open with most stuff, but not that.
Yep. And they're locked down on pick'em sites too. Every time that I'm home, I can't do my shit.
Yep, can't do pick'em. Correct. But underdog, I can do everything else except the pick'em stuff.
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around it. It's
so
pretty annoying.
But it could be much worse. You could be in Florida or something where they have one sports book.
You got some other stuff you can do in Florida.
For sure. But
I can wrestle a gator on 27 painkillers.
now that you're kind of deep in the betting thing, you'll see a lot of people will hit you up and stuff and be like, look, I have Hard Rock.
Yeah. What do you got at Hard Rock?
Yeah, this is the only line available. And Hard Rock just fucks you on these. Like they why wouldn't they? They know they don't have to give you good lines.
Well, I was talking to my buddy that just moved to Miami last year, and I was like, I would hook you up right now with like if you just wanted shit to sweat and throw your bets. He wouldn't care. He'd be happy to just grind the profits of Odd Shopper. I was like, I can't even help you there because you've got one option. You're never gonna have anything.
Yeah. Ryan, is college football DFS available in Jersey? I don't know. We should get a list up for states. We should get a list up.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have that, but
Actually, I think it is because I know Aton makes some trips over to Jersey for college football betting. I think it is.
I don't know. So you would, whoever asked the question, you'll get to the answer the same way that I would by Googling
Exactly.
it.
And you'll find out
I don't
quicker.
know.
You'll find out quicker. Just go on the DraftKings and open up a contest. I mean, it's everyone said they can confirm it is. Jake, what's wrong with the state-owned liquor stores? I honestly asked. He said state-owned liquor stores and no props, only college props. Props. He said Pennsylvania shouldn't exist. What?
I don't think I've. I
I'm
mean,
only curious.
Buying liquor in Pennsylvania does suck, but it's the
difference.
same process for me too. Here, it's all state here.
Like
I think
the wine and
it's state here.
spirits.
I actually think it's county here, but that's besides the point.
I asked that sincerely. I don't. It's all I've ever really known. Is
Well, like other states, you could buy liquor at fucking Costco.
right. I mean, we just recently in Pennsylvania started having beer and wine in grocery stores.
Yeah,
like the last year or two.
It took a lot of explaining to tell Katie, like, no, you just got to go to a store that only has beer and it doesn't have wine.
Right. Like, okay, if I wanted to get a high noon, you know what high noons are, right? I have to get them from a liquor store. But because it's made with vodka. You can get
I haven't been home in the the seltzer era.
Right. So you can get like what are the other ones? Truly or White Claw. You can get all them at a beer store.
But the high noons because they're liquor. Interesting.
Exactly.
I didn't even realize. That's so annoying for like marketing your product.
Super annoying. But I'm so used to it that I can see why other people would be like, man, that sucks for sure. But for me, it's just I go here to get the beer and then I go a minute down the road. I get the I'm just used to it.
I mean, it's stupid. It's full stop stupid. Like it's the worst way to do it. No doubt about that.
But it's all I know.
Yeah. I mean, you weren't able to buy anything on Sundays.
Still can't.
Way back. So, well, some spots have it. Like there's the liquor store in Pottsville when I still lived at home started opening 12 to 5 on Sundays, I believe. But it was always like very minimal chances to hunt down booze on a Sunday. Like you had to plan ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's called the Pennsylvania Blue Laws.
Yeah. When I first moved down here, you weren't allowed to buy any alcohol before noon on Sundays. And then like a year or two later, they moved it to 10 a.m. And that was a real game changer for everybody. So you can go out there and because everybody would just go to brunch at noon then because going at 10 was worthless.
It's funny too, because it was a religious thing where it was like you're supposed to, focus more on the religion on a Sunday. Did you know, and we'll get into baseball.
Do you realize how preposterous that is? Those two things shouldn't be combined at all in legalities of states.
It's weird.
Religion should matter zero.
Yeah. And this is like the 1600s. Well, it started. That's why one of them still.
Oh, I know why it started. Like when it started.
There's one that still exists. You still can't have car dealerships open on Sundays in Pennsylvania.
Is that real?
Yeah. Car dealerships are all closed on Sundays.
The moment you say that out loud, you should be like, oh shit, we're dumb. It's 2024.
But it's real.
I know. It's so obviously
Blue Law.
Stupid.
Yep.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I mean, my father-in-law's been in the car business his entire life, and it's always been that way. It's crazy.
In a weird way, you're happy about it. It's just like, well, at least I know I'm off today.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like
boss ain't calling me in.
Super long day on Saturday, and then Sunday, you're never getting called in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk baseball. So 6-game slate. There's a few guys up top from a pitching perspective, and we'll do this the way we usually do. Go break down pitchers, talk about stacks. Plenty of time here. First game doesn't start until 1:10. Sonny Gray against this one was interesting to see the ownership here. Against San Diego is 30%. Nathan Eovaldi is more expensive, but also has a stellar matchup. Once you get past some of that, it's not that great. Michael King's the most expensive pitcher on the slate. Not a great strikeout spot against St. Louis. We just saw Dylan Cease struggle in that same spot the other day. And then Aaron Savali and Hayden Birdsong are very, very popular. This is, despite being a 6-game slate and having some good like name value pitchers, Outside of Nathan Eovaldi, where are the great matchups? There really aren't.
I mean, so Eovaldi is my second most exposed guy. I have 4% of Sonny Gray at 25 plus. I have 6% of Michael King at 20 plus. I am cornering the market on Kiter Montero, Aaron Savali, and then the Birdman. But I have 78% Savali right now.
That's a lot.
It
Yeah.
is indeed. A lot of strikeouts in the San Francisco lineup, and the fact that Savali is 7K is probably a little bit of this. That's a really nice price for this 6-gamer, no matter who you're facing.
How is it that every time, have you noticed this? Every time Aaron Savali's on a slate, it's a bad pitching slate, and you have to consider playing him. Think about that for a second. Every time we talk about Aaron Savali, it's like, well, looks like we're playing Aaron Savali today. Not because Aaron Savali's been great. He hasn't. But because there's a real lack of alternatives.
Oh, we have Birdsong ahead of Savali.
In projection or ownership?
Projection.
I kind of understand it.
I've got Savali by 3.5, but it doesn't stop me from getting Birdsong.
Birdsong just has good strikeout stuff.
He does.
And, you know, I would like it if Birdsong was facing San Francisco instead of the other way around, because I actually think, you know, the San Francisco matchup, 24.5% K rate versus righties. It's basically tied for the sixth, seventh highest on the slate, or I'm sorry, in the league versus righties. San Francisco been way better against left-handed pitching, but I think you're really just playing this for the strikeout stuff. Milwaukee, middle of the road, 23.2 K rate versus righties. It's not great in the sense of this matchup is probably middle of the road in every aspect, but he's really cheap. And he has a 28% K rate.
Let's see. Giants active roster right now against righties. 8th in strikeout rate, 24.5. I'm going to hit you with this one. Birdsong and Savali, 8+ strikeouts. Go.
That's tough. Birdsong, 8+ strikeouts. 590.
Okay. And Savali?
620.
Hayden Birdsong, 8+ strikeouts. 520.
All right, so I'm not super far off.
Aaron Savali, 8+ strikeouts. 450.
Really?
I think that's why I'm team Savali in this spot.
So the Savali one to me is surprising.
To me, it's not because of what I'm projecting that strikeout rate in the Giants lineup to be.
I understand that. But he's a guy with a 21% strikeout rate. 21% for his career. Career 21% K rate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying he can't get there, but I would take Birdsong at 520 all day over the 8 for now. And I'm factoring the odds into this, but yeah.
I want to look at Birdsong stuff in the minors. All right. So he threw 48 innings in Double-A this year. And that was, I mean, he was sitting in like this 30% K rate range.
He hasn't had a single level or year where he's been under 30% strikeout rate.
He's at 30 against lefties and 24.5 against righties. But we're talking about 800 pitches combined. I'm probably a little light on his K rate. The projection models don't love it. Across the board, he's like 22 or 23, and I think that's carrying a lot of weight. I bumped his lefty strikeout manually, but Turang, lefty, doesn't strike out all that much. Jake Bauers, on the other hand, big time threat for strikeouts. Sal Frelick, lefty, doesn't strike out all that much. So I kind of like this spot for, on paper, I kind of like the spot for the Brewers. And then that's also being hashed out by the fact that they're in 1/5 of my lineups.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just comes down to one thing. Which of these cheap options aren't viable? Because I think no matter how you cut it, the Songbird and Savali are both viable in their own right. I don't even think we need to nitpick here.
No, I mean, look, there's 5 guys getting 20% ownership. Kingy, Eovaldi, and Gray, which doesn't need much of an explanation. Savali and Birdsong. Like, they're the guys you're looking for. You're not looking for Cockwitz and Blaylock and Nastrini and... Although, I have Blaylock and Nastrini, but that's a conversation for, I don't know, someone smarter than me.
Bellozo, Montero. Kiter Montero is often somebody that I actually get to.
I use in 26% of my stuff right now.
Really?
But look, I mean, Tigers are big favorites in this spot. Angels stink. They strike out. What's Montero's strikeout prop? Because obviously you don't need too much.
I think his K rate is 19-20%.
It is. All right, Detroit. Alt line. All right, I'll give you the 8+ alt line.
6.
560.
Okay.
It's a good spot. The Angels are terrible.
I'd probably take that over the Songbird or Savali at those odds.
I mean, I'm well over that. I think he's the most under-owned guy out of all of these dudes.
Me too. Angels right now against right-handed pitchers. All right. And this active roster, you're talking over 2,900. So almost 3,000 plate appearances.
Yeah.
83 WRC plus. There's one team in the league that's worse than that.
That's pretty doo-doo.
It's the White Sox at 78. 24.7% strikeout rate. You look at that, it's 6th highest in the league.
They have a sub 300 on base percentage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not going to get it done. 137 ISO is second from the bottom. They're hitting for no power in a park that does not give up any power. They're striking out.
WOBA.
Yeah. It's
a great spot. I think the only reason Kiter Montero is being underrepresented is because Savali's $500 cheaper. Birdsong is $1,200 cheaper. It's clearly a price point. But if you were to ask me about any of these guys from 5,500, that's the cheapest guy, old JK down there, up to Ryan Nelson at 7,700, and say, which 3 of them are most viable, it's Montero, Birdsong, and Savali. And I think you could make a real argument that Montero on ownership looks better than any of these guys down there.
Relative to his salary or relative to his ownership, I'm with you. I think that's what's a pretty big driving force for me, is just the fact that, I mean, he's owned less than Ryan Nelson, and I think he is very clearly a better option than Ryan Nelson today.
Oh my God. Steph Curry has agreed to a 1-year extension for $62.6 million.
Nice.
That's just I can't wrap my head around that.
Salaries are growing, brother. Wild numbers.
$63 million for a year.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just in case anybody's curious, that's $5.25 million a month. That's $1 million. That's $1 million a week. More than $1 million a week. Probably. What are we like? Let's say 62.6. Let's say you get what, 60% of that? 50%? Probably 50 after all said and done, fees and shit.
Yeah. Well, no, he's in he's in California.
40? I'm gonna call he gets 40% of it. Let's say 40%. That's 25 million to him by the end of the year. That's 500 grand a week. net.
Crazy. And then, like, if you're just talking gross, say he plays 77 games, it's like $800,000 a game.
Yeah, even let's just say he plays 70 games at 25 million. We're talking
Right.
about 350 grand net every time he's out there. Oh, I mean, deserves it. Like,
Yeah, it's just
you
nuts how
know,
that works.
I mean, doesn't deserve it if we're being like Steph Curry shouldn't make $62.6
No,
million
you're saying
in,
relative to how people get paid in the league, he deserves it. Yeah.
I mean, no, he's going to be like $20 million overpaid in that year. It's a bad deal, but you don't have a choice.
Someone else would have given it to him if they didn't.
I mean,
They would have.
well, they can't just give him 62 million in 26, 27. If he were a free agent in 26, 27, he would not get $62 million.
Yeah, you understand the whole cap stuff. Or
That's two more full seasons. He's going to be what, 38 then?
Yeah.
But, you do whatever you want. How old is he? Last year he was 35. So yeah, he'll be 36 this year. 30. That would be his age 38 season. Probably wouldn't even have got the mid-level exception at that point. But that's like 18.
It's just such an insane amount of money.
I mean, every contract that we see every offseason when someone can sign a 5-year max extension is just like he makes 90 million 5 years out. Because we're getting 10% raises to the cap every year for like the next 5 years. Salaries only increase at 8%. So like somebody that signs a contract now is just going to like their contract in 4 years is going to be like half of what a normal max deal is.
And how much, I mean, the average person, American, probably makes in their lifetime 2, 3, 4, 5 million.
Yeah.
Like say you work 50 some years or whatever.
I mean, Steph's playing one game and making more than 99% of the United States for the year.
Yeah. Oh, easy. Yeah, easy. Well, no, think of it this way. 10 games, 7 games, 8 games, making more than people make in their lifetime.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway. If you're just talking top pitchers and you have to sort through, like, I think we spent a lot of time on Savali, Birdsong, Montero, kind of sorted that out, right? That's fair to say.
Yeah.
How do you sort out Nathan Eovaldi and Sonny Gray here at the top? And if you want to throw Michael King into the mix because the salary's up there, go for it.
I mean, I have 0, essentially, Sonny Gray. I think he looks terrible. We have him projected with the most fantasy points for today. I got him at 13.7, so it seems like I'm running in a slightly different direction than we are. I don't get it at all. What's the benefit here? So 4.2 run implied. He's an underdog at home today against the Padres, a team that legitimately does not strike out. I mean, we're talking about 16.7% on the active roster, dead last. Okay. Well, that doesn't look very good.
I'm listening.
Let's see Sonny Gray's alt prop for today. Because I'm like 5 points off on Sonny Gray right now, and I wouldn't change a single thing based on this matchup. Sonny Gray alt prop 8+ is plus 560. Just in case anybody's curious, we just named that same line for all the dudes that are in the 7K range.
Wait, what's his 8K prop?
560.
Really?
That's Montero. That's Savali. That's Birdsong.
Wow.
For
okay.
2,000 more dollars.
Now, I think
and
probably
worse odds to get a win.
Yeah. Yeah, right. There are a lot of aspects of this matchup that don't look, I mean, you mentioned most of them. But the fact that, yeah, the game's basically a pick 'em.
Yeah.
I'm saying I should say the money line's basically even, right? I mean, minus 118, minus 102, and that's on DraftKings. It could be closer on others. Pull up that live odds tool free on OddsShopper. I use that thing every fucking day. It's fantastic. All right, ready? Money line. Yeah, like here's a minus 113, minus 105. BetMGM has a minus 110, both.
I mean, the way that I look at this right now, I don't see any scenario where you could have Michael King projected behind Sonny Gray. Michael King's 8+ strikeout prop on FanDuel is 420.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, if you want to say, well, yeah, St. Louis doesn't strike out a lot, you wouldn't be wrong, except San Diego strikes out significantly less than any other team in the league.
Oh, by the way, 119 WRC plus for San Diego, 103 for St. Louis. Like every single bit of this looks better for Michael King.
I agree.
Betting lines, just the raw data, if you're just trying to dig into this.
I mean, really, everything just looks way better for Nathan Eovaldi.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I have him in 40% of my stuff.
Chicago, 12th highest K rate, 4th lowest walk rate, lowest WRC plus, dead last in weighted on base average, dead last in ISO, dead last in on base percentage. Terrible.
Yeah.
And
Horrible.
just terrible, Kenny. Lowest implied total on the slate. What's the money line? Let's see. I know they're on the road, but
I have the Rangers 68% to win. So whatever that is.
Jordan, you're on the live odds page. Go to money line. Go to the White Sox.
What's that? 260?
270 on FanDuel.
Yeah.
What's Penny have it at? 252, but I circa 255, so it's probably closer to around there, but still.
Yeah. To me, it's very clearly Eovaldi, King, Gray. I really do hope Sonny Gray is 25% owned because I think that's the worst play anybody's making.
He's a good pitcher, but that is a tough spot.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Hey, you know how in football you can find like DVP in the sense that how many fantasy points per game a team allows to tight ends or wide receivers, you know?
Yeah.
Which obviously those things can be very noisy, but
yeah.
Is there somewhere out there where you could see average fantasy points per pitcher against the team? Against the team.
I have no idea.
Wouldn't it be interesting though to look at?
I mean, you're just basically taking all of the hitting lines. So you want to know, like, give me an example.
No, just in general. We're late enough in the season to where you have a decent enough sample of good and bad pitchers facing every team. So I would just be curious to know, you know, we talk about K rate and ISO and all of this stuff. Like, hey, what if Chicago's bad, but there's another team who's actually a better offense with a higher K rate where pitchers have just performed significantly better from a fantasy point perspective against them on the year.
Yeah, you would just have to pull the data. I mean, it's out. Like,
you're just for sure.
All you need is the team data, and you just apply the fantasy.
I would want starting pitcher fantasy points, but that wouldn't be that hard. It's just you'd need to grab all of it.
No, I mean, like you just go to the team stats page on FanGraphs and do positional split starting pitcher. Like Seattle has thrown 730 innings for starters. And then, you know, you're just looking at, okay, 666 hits, 269 walks. It's all there. So you could do it. I could set that up.
It'd be kind of neat to look at the end of the season, just to see, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure Seattle would be, well, if you have a home column, an away column, and then a total column,
Right.
you'd be seeing Seattle at the top of one and the bottom of the other.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, Tampa might be nipping at the heels of some of those other teams over the last month. They may make a push to be.
Yeah, of being shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what that looked like. But I'm with you. It's Evaldi, King, Gray. That's how it feels for me.
Yeah. To me, it's, and like, I think those distinctions, like, there's no blurring between the two. Like, I have distinctly Evaldi, Gap, King, Gap, Gray.
I figured, yeah. Jake said,
I'm
I feel
very,
like
very anti Sonny Gray.
Jake said, feel like all the numbers would converge between like 15 and 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just wonder if there's a couple teams that are massive outliers.
We have Gray over Evaldi right now by 1.3.
Wow. GSTEWG said Laffy loves hating on Tampa. Dude, they've been terrible.
Yeah,
We just
I
saw.
mean,
We
it's
just
not like
saw.
we're making it up.
No, we saw Logan Gilbert and Bryce Miller go out and just dump back-to-back 10 strikeout games. I knew this would happen too. I told you, Luis Castillo would come out and just be totally pedestrian, and he was.
Yep.
But man, they stink right now.
89 WRC plus, sub 300 on base percentage for their active roster. They are hitting at the plate 218, dead last. 21.8% of the time they actually get a hit. Meanwhile, Houston's at 273.
Crazy. Like third highest K rate, I think, for yeah.
Yeah.
Jake said
tied for the top 4 teams. Oh, this can't be right. 4 teams active rosters are tied for the highest strikeout rate overall. They're all sitting at 26.6.
Is that right?
Colorado, Tampa, Oakland, and Seattle. 26.6, 26.6, 26.6, 26.6.
That's amazing. But it's not shocking. Those are teams we picked on all season long.
Yeah. Josh hates the Magic.
For what it's worth, though, 26.6 for Seattle, that actually suggests that they've gotten much better because the first couple months of the season, they were up around 30.
Yeah. It's coming down.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. And I think it's safe for me to assume that your analysis on Blaylock is just there's not great pitching, so he ends up in some lineups. But there's not really much else to say about him.
No. Look, to me, there's 4 pitchers worth talking about. Eovaldi, Montero, Savali, Birdsong.
I think you said Montero. My fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you. Let's get into some stacks here. Build out some lineups. Best part of the show. Best part of the show. Make it happen.
Let's do it.
I'm looking at the sim results right now. Milwaukee, Colorado, Detroit. All of these decent exposures to 5-mans. Miami too. No surprise there. Colorado. And then just very little of some of these other teams. Virtually.
By the way, we're only waiting on Mets and Cardinals lineup, or sorry, Mets and Diamondbacks lineups. Now we have everything else.
Okay. As it stands right now, virtually no Mets, St. Louis, San Diego, Chicago, LA. Yeah, not a lot at all. What about you?
So my stacks for today. Heavy Marlins. Neutral Brewers. Slightly light on the Rangers, but still a team that I'm getting to. And then the Brewers are the team that I'm taking a stand on that isn't really pulling a ton of ownership.
The most 5-mans I have in this sim run, actually the Milwaukee Brewers. But
Great
also,
minds, brother.
But also a lot of the Songbird too.
How much Sonny Gray?
40%, but I'm tamping that down.
As you should. He's going to strike out 27 dudes today.
Yeah, what we should be doing is betting the alt 10 strikeout line is what we should be doing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I probably should if I'm going to fade him this aggressively.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna win if he does well.
what can it really hurt putting, you know, $50 on that?
I'm starting my sim now. I'll worry about Mets and Diamondbacks after lock.
Building out a lineup here in the single lineup simulator. Link in the description and in chat for those of you guys that want to jump in. We still have a full month of baseball left. I was shocked by that. I was looking at the standings the other day. And I was like, you know, is it even worth promoting the reads and the tools and stuff at this part of the season? I'm like, wait a second. Yeah. These teams have played 130 games, 130. Like I'm looking at the break, 133 games. There's still the last day of the season is what? The 29th. So yeah, we have a full month left of baseball.
Yeah. Lot of baseball to go.
So all these tools, you know, you can do the week, you can do the month, you do it today, the month, you're getting it for the entirety of the remaining month of the season. You do a week of baseball. How about this? You do a week today, Josh. And when that week is up, either you okay, go do another week or whatever, or just switch right over to football because football starts exactly 1 week from today.
Jason Gordon says, so no love for Milwaukee bats. Jason, we're going to need you to go ahead and turn the volume on to this show. Because that is the exact opposite of what both of us said. I think you have it muted and blindfolded.
All right. Go to the early slate.
Yeah. Let me guess. We're going to build a Milwaukee stack.
Yeah, it's actually where I wanted to start.
Well, of course it is. It's the two teams. It's the team we're getting to.
Let's go Milwaukee. And what if we go? You think we can fit a Evaldi and Montero lineup?
Yeah, we might need a little lube, but we'll be fine. We can make it fit.
Let's give it a whirl. Gives us 4,000.
All right. I'm clicking run on my stuff.
All right. And for those of you guys who are wondering, the single lineup sim is in the same hub as the contest generator, the pre-contest sim, late swap, all that post-contest sim, all of that stuff. Pick'em optimizer. Damn, we got a lot on there now with the data in there as well. Just keep at it. We're going to run out of room.
Running out of tabs.
All right.
All right. My sim is running, so now we could do some single stuff.
Contreras or Sanchez? The only reason I ask is because Sanchez is a lot cheaper, but Contreras batting third projects pretty well on this slate.
Let me look at it quickly.
For what it's worth, he projects higher than any catcher on the slate by a mile.
To me, it's got to be Contreras.
It has to be.
I'm saying Contreras, Turing, obviously taking a second baseman in the leadoff spot. I mean, $3,500 Reese Hoskins, even against a righty, I don't mind that too much.
I like it. I like it. And if you go Garrett Mitchell batting sixth with Willy Adames and Bryce Turing, you actually still have 3,900 per player remaining with Evaldi and Montero.
I like it.
So that gives us the 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 of Milwaukee.
Yeah,
that's kind of nice.
3,900 left for third base and 2 outfield spots.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who do I think is the best third baseman? We can easily find at least one outfielder from whoever the hell like that team is.
Wow. You could go Conine and Kyle Stowers and still have money left over.
I
Oh
have the
man,
best third baseman today as either Norby or Berger.
Norby's 4,100. That just looks too good.
Yep. Norby in. And then, I mean, we have 3750 for outfielders. This becomes not all that difficult.
You want to hear what I got to? Conine and Jesus Sanchez.
I mean, Sanchez is my number one outfielder on this slate. So it'd be crazy to not get him.
72%, brother, on our first try.
3,100. You went Conine. What's Conine's price?
3K flat.
I don't think I have a better option. So I'm
With
not even going to
Jesus
click that.
Sanchez and Norby.
I'm going to Ixnay Sanchez.
Damn, that's a good looking lineup.
If I go Stowers, that leaves me 3,800. And then I'm going to grab Parker Meadows, which leaves me, that gives me a 5-2-1. And a little bit of correlation to Kiter Montero. So I went Norby, Stowers, Meadows. Everything else is the same. You said you got what?
72.
41.
Okay.
How much is Charlie Black? 5K. If you take Blackman.
The thing about Miami is that they're just so insanely affordable. Right? I mean, this team
right.
is so easy to get to.
How much is that's probably a little bit of an overpay.
For who?
Brandon Nimmo. Is there really not a $2,800 outfielder available? That can't be right.
There
Yeah, that
has
is. Oh, I have a filter on player name. That makes sense. I was
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's true. I don't know about a lot, but
Well, just as far as availability goes, there's a what? 6, 5, 6. None of them look great.
no. Nimmo, McKinstry, Norby. 32 is my guess.
Which one did you just run that was
41.
minus 31%, Jordan? Oh no, I didn't. I was it someone that threw one in the comments? Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, if you guys we mention it all the time. If you guys have one, throw it in the chat. Throw it in chat. Happy to throw it in there for you.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, it looks like the 70 you built first is leader in the clubhouse right now.
I was wondering though, what happens if we go so if we look at the single lineup sim and we go like Colorado stack.
We're going to be going cheap on pitching, that's for sure. We're going to be very cheap on pitching.
It is amazing how much more expensive Colorado is than Miami.
It's big. Somebody needs to let DraftKings know that Miami is playing in Colorado. They're going to be upping those salaries just in time for them to go to a different place, which is tomorrow, I'm imagining.
Savali Montero is going to give you a lot of room to work with. A lot.
How much is Jesse Winker? 36. Leaves me 33.
Blackman out of the
I don't think I'm going to be hunting down anything to beat yours today.
You might
I
not.
think you're winning this one.
On the first try, too.
Hey, first try is always the most memorable.
To be fair, it kind of is when we do this. Usually we try and fix it, and a lot of times it just doesn't work.
Yeah. I'm trying. Everyone I click on is a giant failure.
For the people watching the show, the non-William Contreras catchers, who do you think are the best ones out there if you're looking to save money?
Let me look. All right. My top catcher for today is Contreras, and I don't think it's close.
That's
Then
what I'm saying.
I think there's a three-man tier of Jacob Stallings, Jonah Heim, and Nick Fortes. Catcher sucks today, real bad.
Real bad. Yep. Yeah, it's bad. And I suppose you could just go with the tried and true, just add that guy to the stack, but still doesn't feel great.
No, sure don't.
Sure, let's hit him.
I'm just about there on my lineups too. 2 more minutes.
Jeff Williams, thanks, man. Tweeted my 50K win this morning, playing the 555 on DK. Nice, by the way. Oh, that was Jeff from yesterday, right? Congrats, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got Twitter now. There you go. You took the advice. Smart man. Evaldi, Montero, Heim, Lowe, Norby, Smith, Seager, Sanchez, Stowers, Conine. What that's a 25%er right there? Jordan, that was his. Sweet.
Always good to see the number be positive, that's for sure.
Jeff, I think you accidentally super chatted the same thing twice. Thank you.
That's okay. He's got 50,000 shekels to throw around.
I know. I was going to say, tomorrow, if you have something, don't bother super chatting us. Just hit him up. Hit us up. Jordan, you'll remember that, right?
Yeah.
For tomorrow.
It's $20. I wouldn't even pick that up off the ground.
Man, you pissed so many people. I'll never forget that. That was when you and I not first started. I had to have been pre-COVID though. That was a while ago.
Definitely pre-COVID.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, like when we think about it, the chip was pre-COVID.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They took those off the market.
As they should.
They tried
when you get some stupid idiot eating like a full bag, like he has 20 of them, it's like, well, yeah, okay.
That's the problem. They took it off because some moron decided that he was going to eat 15 pounds of them.
Yeah, like a full Pringles sleeve.
Other people said I remember saying that. Other people said it's not even true and this and that. If you eat one of those chips, it's not killing you. There's zero reason, unless you have some.
I felt like I at least had a 1% chance of not making it out alive. Let's be, I don't want to be wrong here. But I thought for sure that I didn't have insides anymore.
That was your fault.
It was. It was indeed.
Yeah, you ran the Burger King and got like a milkshake and a full meal.
Oh man, that milkshake was the best I'd ever had.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have milk. You were just drinking water on you ate it on a fully empty stomach.
And the only thing I ate the night before was an entire bag of hot chicharrones.
Yeah. You had what were you eating, like pita bread or something?
It was tortilla.
Dude, you were so unprepared for that.
I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I knew that I wouldn't care about the mouth heat in any way. Like I knew that wasn't
stomach that got
I had no concept that it would ruin my stomach like it did.
I was drinking milk straight out of the gallon.
I didn't think it would be so bad in my stomach in an hour. Like I've eaten really, really hot wings, hotter than the chip was. And I didn't an hour later think to myself like, oh my God, they're going to have to cut me open and remove my stomach.
It was because you did it on an open stomach and then you just started drinking water. So everything was just
Yeah,
floating around in
just
there,
lava,
just
filled with lava.
just unobstructed, floating. What is it,
Yeah,
capsaicin? Just
yeah.
in there, right? Eating your. I mean, it probably started to eat the lining of your stomach out.
I have very little doubt that that happened.
I'm serious.
It was a war, man. It was a World War III happened in my stomach that day.
I remember
Somebody
you
let off a nuke.
hitting me up 2 hours later, being like, "I'm laying on the ground. I got
I
to
was
do something."
I was producing Ben's golf show,
Yeah, right.
laying on the floor of my office in the fetal position, just hoping I didn't hear them prompt me to do something.
That's how long ago it was that you were still producing shows.
Yeah, those days sucked. I produced all of basically.
Before we go, we got a few minutes. Any other stacks? Because okay, I'll just throwing this out. Texas against Nastrini, Miami, Colorado. Miami's just super easy to get to. There's no reason
Yeah.
they should be that cheap, even the guys that aren't good, especially when you compare them to the price points on Colorado and a bunch of not good hitters.
Yeah.
Detroit,
And
we
you've
didn't
got
get
3 MPEs in that Miami lineup. Norby at second and third,
right.
Berger at first
Berger,
and third, Bruhan at short and outfield. Like you have flexibility here. And like every catcher sucks. So like they buried their catcher in the 9 hole. He stinks, but like good. You can get away from it.
definitely a reason to like Milwaukee too, because you have two catchers with power. You know, Contreras clearly the best, but it just makes that stack so much easier than any other team.
Have we gotten the Mets or Diamondbacks lineups? Got the Diamondbacks lineup. Perdomo, Grichuk, Gurriel, Bell, McCarthy, Suarez, Carroll, Newman, B. Herrera. Herrera. All right. Diamondbacks lineup didn't change. That's good. Order changed, but that's it. Holy shit. Oh yeah. Liverpool's got Real Madrid in the qualifying round of Champions League. Can't wait.
How do they decide that stuff?
They had a big drawing of teams today, and in their pool is 7 other teams. Sorry, 8 other teams rather.
I
So
remember
they
they
play
had
all
that.
of them once.
I remember they did the drawing in Green Street Hooligans.
Yeah.
That's all I know about it. Great movie, by the way.
This is the draw is a little different now. They changed up they added more teams as they do.
Well, I just remember in the movie, like they figure out that they get that rival.
Yeah,
You know the movie, right?
I do.
Great movie.
I need to rewatch it.
I have the DVD. It's a really good movie. Anyway,
Bug,
appreciate you
Bug
guys.
Boy is back from suspension.
Have a great rest of the day. Live before lock tonight. Football right around the corner. You did Odd Shopper Live already, right?
I did.
Follow Josh.
It's really
Josh
fun. I
Engleman.
get to talk about how all of my bets are amazing and all of the lines move by the time I do the show. What a ringing endorsement.
Eddie said no home run calls. All right. Well, we can do home run calls if you like.
We can. I don't know. I think I bet somebody that plays early. I gotta get my lineups in before I do anything though.
I haven't looked at any specific home runs today.
I bet 4 of them. 2 of them are Oakland A's. Let's see. I bet Bleday, Merrill, and definitely somebody else. All right. Lineups acquired.
Give me Corey Seager.
Okay. Not bad. I'll hit everybody with what I bet this morning.
Also, Seager's just been on a torrid pace.
Not if I bet him to homer.
No?
All right, I bet Benintendi at plus 800, Jackson Merrill at plus 680, and JJ Bleday at plus 430.
Okay. Yeah, give me Seager against Nick Nastrini. Appreciate you guys. We will catch you back here tomorrow. Strategy show 11 Eastern to close out the week. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you then. Peace.